Oh my god, we have Death Plus in the cut. Man, when I posted that we're gonna have him on the show, somebody commented, I'm the Funk Nardwar. While he does go under different genres and stuff like that, recently kind of just got in a more dark trap direction. Death Plus is a very experienced underground rapper with collaborations with Cold Blooded, Ouija Mac, and Lil Peep. Man, he's been around for a minute now. Hey, man, I was just listening to his song produced by Mystic Fonkman. He's always on some crazy shit. Now he's got this newer type of wave music that he's doing with this kind of sped up, chopped and screwed type of music. We also kind of talked to him about his classic work and whatnot. We even talked about some amazing films we like, such as Larry Clark's Wassup Rockers and etc. I really think you guys will enjoy the show if you want to like kind of hear a lesson about underground music and the evolution of the sounds over the years. And yeah, you'll love this shit. Welcome to the podcast here on Pollute Your Soul. We're here with Death Plus. Thank you. Just thank you, man. It's so great to, meet you and talk with you. See that face, man. I've been listening to your music since I would say about 2019, 2020. I've been a fan. That's when I was around 16, 15. So you've been in an integral part of my youth, every now and then listen to your music. And but yeah, thanks for coming on the show, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you having me, bro.
Yeah.
For real.
That new song, Danger, man, talk about the energy that went into that and your stylistic choices in the quick cuts and mixing and stuff like that. I love that song.
Man, I just got on, so I put out these last few projects. I got Night of the Living Death, and then the last one, Poltergeist, that I put out, and I was kind of trying to go in a similar direction as those two, but I don't know, maybe spice it up production wise a little bit more, just have a little bit of fun with it. I don't know if you'd necessarily call it chopped and screwed, but that kind of sound, you know what I'm saying? Threw that in there,
yeah,
just I was I'm 28 now, and when I was starting to make music, starting to rap and shit, I was 18, 19, that type of shit. So I'm getting older now, and I'm trying to it's good to keep in touch with what's going on, and motherfucking kids got ADD, bro. You gotta go with that and evolve with the times, and fucking kids are watching TikTok and all that shit now, you know what I'm saying? Everything's fast paced, everything's that, so it's I'm just trying to do that with my music and keep it to where everything's catching your attention, you know what I'm saying? Where it's not just the same sound all the way through.
Yeah. I know in the sort of the genre thing can be annoying, but in the kind of dark trap and sigilcore kind of scene, I'm not attributing to those to your music, but you can find people doing stuff like that, and it's almost sped up, chopped and screwed. It's it's weird, but it's very inventive. Definitely, I love the approach that you did with that, and you're right though with the attention span type of stuff. I always kind of talk with people about how songs have progressively gotten shorter.
Yeah, for sure.
Over the years, and it is what it is. Some artists, it just depends on the artist really, but right now, longer songs are the wave, and it also depends on the genre. Even people probably were saying the same thing back then when Dead Kennedys made Nazi punks fuck off back then.
Yeah, for sure.
These songs are too short,
When he just 1-2 minute fucking punk songs, and it wasn't as much about making a crazy structured out song. It was more about just pushing out fucking fast aggressive shit, and it's more about the vibe or whatever. I fuck with that approach too. I'm somewhere in the middle, you know what I mean? I like to kind of just do everything for real.
Yeah. Now, you said you started at the age of 18 and 19, and talk about those first like recording sessions of your early music. Like, how did you like get into this world, this underground rap world?
And when I really first started rapping, so I guess I mean I had done it like a few times and just recorded things a few times cuz like I was in bands and stuff like that throughout high school. So like I know when I don't know, like I know like Joey Badass and like all that shit was popping, and there was like a revival of like the 90s sound or whatever, and I was like, man, this is pretty tight. I want to try doing that. So like I think I was still in a band at the time, but I was just like I'm going to try rapping and shit. So I started doing this like boom bap beat type stuff, and then like shortly after, probably within just like a few months of me like starting to just try and rap, I got hit to like Denzel Curry and like Raider Clan and Bones and like all this shit, and like it really like made me rethink about like how I was rapping. Like man, like it doesn't have to be this like lyric, like not everything has to be like I'm the best rapper and I'm writing the best lyrics and I can say a million words or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like it really changed my approach to it. And like I went from like at all those boom bappy shit, I was literally just recording on like like a blue snowball mic, like in my car type shit, just so like I could try and get all the sound out. I just go in like an empty parking lot and do it in my car. I went from doing that to like I got the Focus right and the AT 2020, the standard kit. Like, yep, that's what I still use.
Yeah, man. Can't go wrong with Focusrite. That's yeah. It does when you learn, when you kind of get tapped into like Raider Clan and early Bones, or Curry and all them. It does kind of it does like rethink what can hip hop be, because they pulled from so much different shit and pulled it all together, and it's just like, yeah.
And being like into like metal and shit the way that I was, and like just kind of like darker shit, that like really like hit me in a way that like not of other like rap music hit me. Like don't get me wrong, there was a lot of rap music that really hit me, but that was something that was like different, you know what I mean? Like it really hit me on some like other shit.
An epiphany or whatever they say, like what's it called? Joey Badass though too. I fuck with
Yeah.
a lot of his stuff too. I fucking love what's that? 1999? Is that what it is? 1995, whatever it was.
Yeah, 99. That's what really like that shit, that was the first like thing that really motivated me to like start doing the rap thing, cuz I was like he was the same age as I was. So I remember being in high school and he put that out and I was like, bro, he's like the same age as I am. I should be doing shit. Like I need to start doing shit. What the fuck
Yeah.
am I doing? You know what I mean? Like if he can do it, like if it's like I don't know if he was I think it was 16 when he did that, and that just made me really like think about, man, I don't need to wait. Like I could just start doing shit.
Yeah, sometimes like you look at like the age of somebody, you're just like, fuck. Like I remember it was like recently I was looking at like Trippy Red's age, and it was like he's fucking 24. Like what?
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's or Matt OX or whatever.
Oh yeah, he's crazy because I mean, and what's cool about him is he's starting to get to the point where he's not even like relying on like at first naturally just people looked at like him as being like, oh, he's the kid rapper. But like now he's growing up a little bit more and he's kind of showing like, okay, he can like do shit without just being known as like a gimmick. You know what I mean? Like he's on some
Yeah.
different shit too.
Yeah, like he was in the shadow of like a lot of his like mentors, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
But now he's like, I think he did some song where he like rapped on like 30 different beats, and it was like he mixed like a bunch of different. It had like so many beat switches to the point where it was like outrageous, and it's like, but I fucked with it. I really did like it. I like the direction he's going, and also to succeed in the climate of the Philly rap scene, because he is from Philly, is a very hard thing to do.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I try to keep in touch with like what like what's going on with like younger people, because I feel like that's a problem that a lot of people end up like a trap that a lot of people falling into is like younger generations come out and they like just don't vibe with it because you know what I mean? Like it's a different generation. But that's like how every generation has always gone on since the beginning of time, I feel like. So I try not to like fall into that trap and like always be open minded to new shit. Like
Yeah. And it's like,
because I feel like there is a lot of young kids like that are making like different shit, but that's the thing, it's just different. You gotta open your mind to it, you know?
you can't be closed minded when you're making music. Like it's just not possible. It's supposed to just kind of, it's supposed to be like a fucking, it's like Minecraft, you know, you just like it's there's so much possibilities, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Why not explore? Like,
Yeah. um Sliding Through is a fucking banger. Like it's some new shit that you've been like, I really like the new shit, and I do like the music videos that you've been working on. Like what's your approach to the music, like when you make a music video?
when I do a video, lately it's just been like, you know, I have the homie like come over or I'll go over whatever the fuck and we'll just like walk around and find shit that looks cool or whatever. Like really it's not too like crazy thought out. I might have like an idea that I'll kind of say like, all right, let's go. Like I'm thinking like we go, I don't know, have like a wall where I'm doing this and do it from this angle type shit, you know what I mean? But we're kind of like mostly just look for spots and do it like that. There's been a few like the psych ward video I did where I was like, all right, I'm gonna get like a straight jacket and fucking we're gonna do this and that and like, but still that was again just like, all right, walk around and find shit that looks cool and shoot there. You know what I mean? It's not too crazy thought out.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever pulled from
I
like a
like
movie?
organic.
Have you ever like pulled from a movie like at all, or it be inspired by a movie at all, or?
I don't think I have. I would be down to do that. Down as fuck.
I'm trying to think of this one music video that did that. One did some Boys in the Hood kind of remake thing. I thought that was cool.
Hell yeah.
Fuck. I do love like the old school music videos with like the skits and shit. But I think there's a lot of good new stuff being made, you know. But yeah.
Yeah. Most of my shit is just.
So back in high school, you said you were listening to like a lot of, or at the age of 18, you know, Joey Badass and stuff like that. What could you imagine would be on that senior year of high school playlist in general?
Lots of Misfits and like Black Flag and Bad Brains and like that type of like early punk and like a lot of like almost like up like opposite shit because I would go from that to like a lot of like psych rock like the like Flaming Lips and fucking you know, I was into like the Beatles, more psychedelic like shit and like shoegaze and just, you know, weird shit or whatever. And then like I was talking about, kind of go to like more like 90s rap and like lyrical shit. Like I was into a lot of that stuff, like I don't know, like the Joey Badasses and like fucking I was into like Atmosphere and like Aesop Rock and shit like that, you know.
Yeah.
All that, because I would listen to. I mean, I played like the Coney Hawk games growing up, and there was a lot of just like that type of like Gangstar, you know, like that type of shit, like, and basically anything that was on a fucking Tony Hawk game, like.
Well, Dead Kennedys, as you were talking about them earlier.
Yep. Yeah, I fuck with the Dead Kennedys heavy.
Yeah, bro. Sergeant Pepper. You were talking about like the psychedelic Beatles stuff, like Sergeant Pepper's. It's just fucking classic. It's a fucking.
Oh yeah, yeah.
classic
Senior
album.
year, I was doing probably like a decent amount of acid and like shrooms and shit, and just like going crazy, having that part of my life.
Yeah, that's the golden experimental period for a young
Right.
man, and then life hits
Exactly.
2 years after.
Oh, and like along with the Joey Badass, like fucking like all the Beast Coast like shit, like because I mean I feel like that was part of like the psychedelic thing too. Was like it went from like ASAP Rocky to like the Underachievers and like Flatbush Zombies and like that type of shit. That really, I fucked with that heavy.
They were popping back then. Like they were Flatbush Zombies was like they're kind of like
Yeah,
they've been around for a minute, right?
2013. Yeah, I mean they were kind of just like coming out, but like so 2013, Underachievers did a tour, and they brought Denzel Curry as an opener, and I went to their Detroit show, and I got kicked out during Denzel Curry's set because me and like the homies, we were like smoking some joints in the venue, and like security guard came up to me and me only, and like grabbed the joint out of my hand and like ripped off my wristband and kicked me out. I just had to go like sleep in my homie's car, and I didn't get to see Underachievers and shit.
That's I don't understand how you can. That's like I don't know, bro. Like that's the part of like going. Like I don't do that anymore. But like that's like when I see people smoking at a concert, it really just makes me smile. They're having a great time. Like shut the fuck. If they're not, as long as you're not doing like shooting up, like or fucking smoking crack, like chill. Like it's fine. I don't understand.
I feel like the perception's kind of changed at most venues a little bit now. Because I mean that was, I guess, 11 years ago at this point. So it was still like, there were still people that weren't fucking with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe
that
some.
Was one of those people.
Yeah, it just depends. It just depends on the venue and like what state too. Definitely. Yeah. That's just Flatbush on. Yeah, they're fucking. Would you go to school in Flint? Right? Was that where you went to high school, or did you? Were you just?
It was like right outside. It was like basically like a suburb outside of Flint. Was where I went to high school.
What was that like? Was it just like a normal kind of high school experience, or?
I mean, I guess I would say so. Like, yeah, basically where I went was like, it wasn't like bad area or nothing like that. It was like I don't know how to describe it. There was like a bunch of like redneck kids, I want to say, like fucking. It was like half redneck kids and half like, I don't know, like rich. It wasn't like rich kids, but like middle class kids that act rich. Yeah, like preppy kids, I guess. They like that type of shit.
Vineyard Vines. You know what I'm saying? Vineyard Vines, the clothing brand. You know what that is? The whale.
Yeah.
Lacoste.
Basically, yeah. And like fucking, so I mean, I guess in a way I kind of always like growing up felt like a little bit weird, you know what I mean? Like I was always into just like darker shit, and that wasn't cool like to most of the people that I grew up around.
Yeah, there is that kind of like when you, I don't know, like when you like certain things, it's kind of like you can't talk to people about certain music sometimes. Like there's like, what the fuck is Burzum? Like what the fuck are you talking about? Like, and I'm just like,
I was literally the only person I knew that knew about that type of shit.
Yeah, or like yeah. It's but that's the kind of fun part about it, is because like when you find somebody that knows about it, like, oh my god, you're like, you tapped in, bro. Like,
right?
You just geek out.
And I remember I did too, because there was one dude. So when I was like a freshman in high school, because I was in a band, and I ended up playing like this birthday party with my band, and I ended up meeting this dude who was a senior at my high school, because I was wearing like a Behemoth shirt, and I think he was also wearing a Behemoth shirt. So it was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, and that was the only dude I knew like that I went to school with ever that rocked that type of shit.
Yeah. Did you ever have the chance to like make music with any like Flint area rappers, or was it all kind of like an online thing?
No, I did like no one that like you would like know, or no one that like got big or anything like that. Just like the homies type shit, just random shit that's like floating around on YouTube. I don't even know what you would really find it under, honestly.
Yeah. What's it called? Yeah, I mean, you have done some music with some people that have made it big, but yeah, like that I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look for that. We like another time. But you used to go by the name Adams, and is that right?
Yeah.
When
I
did
feel like if
you
you search like
switch?
Adams 810 or Flint or some shit, you could probably maybe find some shit. I don't know.
When did you switch from Adams to Death Plus, and like why did you do that?
So 20, probably like 2016. Um, so I was Adams, and I want to say the name change happened when I joined Schema. I joined Schema Posse. Well, I changed it to Young Death before it was Death Plus. I changed it to Young Death, I think, when I joined Schema. It might have been before, but I'm pretty sure it was like as I joined. Um, so I was Young Death the entire time I was in Schema Posse, and then I don't know if it was still 2016 or 2017. I changed my name to Death Plus and put out like my self-titled Death Plus project, and I've been that since 2017 or whatever. So,
Yeah,
but
I didn't
like,
even know you were in Schema. Like,
years,
there's so many fucking people that were in Schema Posse. I didn't even know
yeah.
that.
No, yeah, it was. I mean, it was like it wasn't like a long thing that I was in it like at a weird era where it was like, Peeping Them left, and then it was like me. I joined, like Gizmo joined, Mana joined, Astro Trap was in there, but it was that era was kind of short lived. Everyone kind of dipped out after a little bit.
Mana was it? Reptilian God Man? Is that who's in it?
Yeah, we all got a song together. There's a Schema tape that like we all put out, and like me, Mana, Lord Mac, we're all on the first track.
That's wild, yeah. I didn't even fucking
Yeah.
Astral Trap was in Schema.
Mm-hmm.
I fuck with him.
I don't know if he put out any songs like under the Schema banner, because I feel like he was in it for a pretty short amount of time, but yeah. And this is like post Lil Peep, Ghost Main, all that, but like pre Sempra and like all that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a weird in between era.
Yeah. Cause they did have a couple of stuff drop in 2017 and stuff like that. In the Semper era as a whole, like that was like I mean, honestly, that's how I kind of got into the underground rap scene, is like through that second new wave of Schema. It was I liked what happened. It is kind of weird though. Like Jay Green, like every now and then finds somebody that's like popping, gets them to blow up, and then Schema disbands. So I wonder if in the next 5 years the same thing's gonna happen again.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening there. Like, I know from what I heard, it seemed to really like fall apart that last time, and like I feel like people aren't on good terms anymore. I mean, I can't speak for no one, but I know last time it seemed crazy.
Well, everybody's not exactly Alexander the Great here. Okay, we're not riding from Macedonia to kill Darius here. Like, it's hard to get a group of people together to do one thing.
For sure, and the more people you get involved, the harder it is.
Yeah, and then you're on the in the Indus River Valley or wherever. Then you're on the border of India, and then your whole troops are like, "What? No, I don't want to do this anymore." And then you go home, you go to bed in Babylon, and then you die because your own guy poisoned you. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but you know what I mean.
Nah, bro. Yeah.
It's a whole dilemma, dude. Yeah, that's why it's the things that do kind of succeed are kind of like groups are very kind of close knit and not like they don't like branch out and get a bunch of people or work. I don't know. It's weird. The ones that succeed are very like there's a specific type of group of people that you need to maintain a group.
Yeah. And like you got to have everyone on the same page. That's like the hardest thing that I've always felt about just like being in bands, like because I've tried to do that multiple times since I was a kid. Like that's the biggest thing is and that's one of the things that pushed me to want to rap too. Is just that like you can't 100% execute your vision if like you got other people that have a different vision. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to make compromises and shit. So like if you do want to do that, you're gonna have to like take your own route. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. I
that's
mean,
really
look
what I
at
try.
what happened with Marilyn Manson. Didn't his like guitarist ditch out on him or something like that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's the fun though, right? What you just said about rap.
Yeah, it gives you a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
I
And
love
then when
that
you're
part.
able to, and it's not too, there's less pressure when you're working with other people because you don't have to be like one unit. Like it's just like, oh, this is a feature.
Right.
Oh, just a homie, he's coming on, and then we go back to our lives. It's just like a fun. It's a weird time and frame, and I feel like historians in the future are gonna look back at us poets and kind of, um, people have been offered kind of through this rap shit is like a kind of like personal freedom and way to express themselves that musicians have not had for a long time because there was a lot of the times the only way you could get into making music is like in a band in the like the rappers and early singer songwriters are like what kind of pushed our us like personal poets into like I don't even know if I'm saying is like right, but I don't know. What do you think?
No, for sure, I feel what you're saying. It's like I don't know. Rap is a definitely a unique genre of music in the sense that like usually it's one person making most, if not all, of the creative decisions. So like really the freedom that comes with it is pretty crazy. And the fact that like it's not all about like being a great singer and like being a virtuoso at anything. You know what I mean? It's about like just making something that's fun or whatever. You know what I mean? That just captures a certain vibe. Like
Definitely, yeah.
that's what I fuck.
Yeah, it's fun. But then also, the violence attributed to rap is another reason why people in like 100 years from now are going to be like, what is. Wow, that's interesting. Flint. I don't know much about the water thing there. I'm from Delaware. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like, but there was a water crisis there. Like, what went on with that, and how did that affect your like you personally or anybody around you with the what was going on there?
Um, I don't know. Like, not that I know of, to be totally honest. Like, so my parents were divorced growing up. So like, my mom lived in like I was talking about, like where I went to school, like suburb basically. But my dad lived in like the city of Flint, so I'd go back and forth. And you know, when all the shit came out about the water crisis or whatever, I was like, I think I was like an adult at that point, so I wasn't like going to my dad's and staying there type shit, you know what I mean? So I wasn't like drinking the water and all that, and but I do think about the fact that it was going on for years. So and I don't know if like what their levels were like in that area, because that's a thing too, is that like it was only in like certain areas and certain houses or whatever the fuck where that shit was bad. So basically, as far as I know, I'm straight.
Yeah.
but but there was a lot of people that did get fucked, and like there were certain neighborhoods like in Flint that were like crazy for it, and like schools and shit. Like I'm thankful I honestly didn't go to like a Flint school just for the sake that like the water was like probably fucked.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have even had a way to know it. I mean,
Right.
yeah.
But dude, that makes you think too, because like you see, there's other places that have like it across like the country that have like higher lead levels or whatever than Flint. Uh, it's like a nationwide issue, but it only blew up in Flint. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty crazy. Like people don't even realize like water's got like there's like a safe amount of like lead and shit you can have in your water and all that shit, but
And the
there's
fluoride.
a ton of it. Yep.
The fluoride stare. You ever seen that meme?
Yeah, bro. I used to be seeing all that shit like when I was like late high school. I feel like that shit was going crazy. All the like fluoride shit, like and all, just like the what was it, like the Indigo Children and all that type of shit that was popping off, bro.
What's the Indigo Children?
Um, like it's like people that believed that they were like born, I guess, like special or whatever, so they have like a message that they were born on Earth, like basically, I don't know if it's comparable to like a prophet or something, but like kind of along those lines. And I remember just like everyone thought they were like an indigo child, and like, you know, everyone wanted to be a hippie, and like psychedelic shit got like real big for a minute.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at it. Yeah, like some 11 shit from fucking
Yeah,
Stranger.
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, some Moan Talk shit. Yeah, that's cool. I love cult. I want to see more cult movies. Or like psychedelic, like fucking weird shit like that. Have you seen Mandy before? Like that's what it reminds me of, or Beyond the Black Rainbow, or like Midsummer.
I've seen Beyond the Black Rainbow. Yeah, yeah. I fuck
Beyond the
with that
Black
type
Rainbow is definitely what you're talking about with the isn't like some kid trapped in the, she has like abilities or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah.
Yep.
But the scientist, that's cool. What movies you like? What's like, what movies get you going?
I like a lot of like weird shit. So I fuck with like David Lynch movies, and just like, you know, classics like Kubrick, like Clockwork Orange, and fucking
Yes.
like 2001 Space Odyssey, that type of shit. Really anything that's like just kind of like anything that's got something like out of the ordinary that can also like keep me hooked. You know what I mean? I don't like this. I'm kind of over just the typical like, oh, like there's a problem, we fix it, happy ending, there we go. You know what I mean? Like I like when it's a little more nuanced than that.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I work at an art house movie theater, so
Oh fuck yeah, yeah,
like,
you definitely know what I'm talking about.
that's all we get. Like we like what's it called? There's this new movie called Perfect Days, and it's just this like, it's about like this old Japanese dude cleaning toilets, and it's about like his like a bunch of personal problems in his life and shit like that. It's not like
Yeah.
the hero's journey. It's like, I want to know if you've seen the movie. Are you like a Harmony Korine fan? Like, have you seen Gummo?
Yeah, I fuck with Gummo and like Trash Humpers and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I used to watch. I don't think this movie is Harmony Korine. I think it's like his buddy Larry Clark. But I used to watch this movie Wassup Rockers when I was a kid, and that was different for me, because that's just a movie about like kids going around and like skating and like playing like hardcore music, and there's not really like necessarily a plot to it. And that was just like a unique movie to see when I was a kid, that I like showed all my friends and was like super into.
Or Ken Park too.
Yeah, yeah. He made what was that one?
Kids.
Yeah, Kids. Yeah.
Bully.
Oh yeah, Kid. Yeah. Bully's good. Yep.
Shit. He did another one. Fuck yeah. I was just looking into like one of his newer movies. But I love Larry Clark. He's a great fucking. He has a unique style. Another Day in Paradise. He did that one.
Nice.
Wassup Rockers. Teenage Caveman. And Harmony Korine did what else he do? I fucking love Harmony Korine.
Yeah, he's dope.
Julian Donkey Boy, Mr. Lonely, Spring Breakers is nuts.
Yeah, Spring Breakers. I don't think I've ever watched Spring Breakers, actually. I obviously know about it, but I've never watched it.
It's so... Oh my god, bruh. It's
I definitely need to at this point. Fuck it.
It's the modern kids, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's But you can't beat Kids. Kids is the magnum opus of both of those filmmakers. But I mean, a lot of people like Ken Park. I've been liking a lot recently, but I haven't seen that one you saw. Wassup Rockers. I really want to.
Yeah, Wassup Rockers is cool. I saw that because it was like, I was just like at home and going through like the free movies on demand back before fucking like Netflix and all that shit.
Comcast,
yeah. And that was on there, and I just like happened to come across it and thought it was dope as shit.
Yeah,
because that was literally the
section.
same shit that I was doing at that time. Was just like skating around with the homies and trying to play like aggressive music.
Man, yeah, I need to watch this ASAP, yo. Fucking A.
Yeah, it's cool. It's different. It's like, I remember showing it. Like, I remember my mom. Like, I don't know if like she just like saw me watching it or I watched it multiple times, but I remember her thinking it was like the dumbest, most like pointless movie ever.
Yeah, like you sometimes like when I like for instance I was picking a movie with my mom like earlier today, and I was like, obviously, I'm not gonna show her like fucking A Clockwork Orange or something like that. We're watching Step Brothers, like. You know what I'm saying? We're watching some dumb, funny stuff because that's what mom's. Right. That's what my mom personally likes to watch. Like we watch Seinfeld together, or Curb. You know what I mean?
Got to watch some easy shit, some comfortable shit.
And that's what it's there for. I like sometimes it's okay to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Now this is a very specific question. I'm gonna ask you right now.
Hit me.
Does Sagging in My Pants sample Pirates of the Caribbean?
Damn, not that I know of. It could. Why did you hear? Do you just hear it in there, or did you see some?
I don't know. I just heard it in there from the On Stranger Tides movie. I don't know. I just love that soundtrack, and I just like heard it. And I was like, I don't know.
It definitely could. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you didn't produce it, so so maybe.
Right.
What's his name produced it? Willie G.
That might be a Willie G one. I'd have to look, but yeah.
Yeah. That was a good one. You did that song "Kill Myself." I fucking love that one. What went into that? Was that like an emotional song, or was it just like another song? You like what does that song mean to you?
You said which one?
Kill Myself by produced by Mystic.
Oh, yeah, that one was. I think that was on my tape, Sam Hain. But yeah, that was a cool one. I did. That was like what, probably 2016 or something like that, and I was really hitting the like. I don't know what to call it. Like a lot of people would probably call it like emo rap, but. I don't know if I necessarily would fall into that. I don't know. But like I was definitely doing a lot more like singing and like just dark ethereal sound and shit and whatever the fuck. But yeah, that was like right at that time where I was really in that vibe. I dropped that Sam Hain tape, which still honestly like is one of my like favorite things throughout my career that I've done.
Yeah. And definitely.
And everything I've done with Mystic Funk, that's my homie.
Yeah, he's definitely, given rap some bang. Like he's historically been a great he's awesome. And that beat is definitely like you can hear the 2016 in it too.
Right.
Like just
dude, like throughout the 2010s like SoundCloud shit had such a like specific vibe a lot of the time to it that like you could just tell like the beats were something else, dude.
And a lot of the producers do have distinct sounds. Like I could definitely I can tell Mr. Cisco beat like I don't without even sometimes I can just tell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shouts
out to him. Beauties.
Definitely. Mr. Cisco is my homie. Mr. Cisco, I've like, me and him have hung out multiple times. We are like, he's like one of the only people in like the whole like rap music world and shit that I've like linked up with on like a somewhat consistent basis, and like he's just super chill and super real all the time. He's dope.
Yeah, because you're in the Michigan, Detroit, whatever it is, area, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because he's from Detroit, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. We've done some shit. We got like songs sitting here on my laptop because he's come over and we've just like made shit that's just not released.
You ever done shows with him, or?
Yeah, we've done shows together. I think I used to have a flyer on my wall over there, like this show in Detroit that we did together. We've done a few. It's been a minute, but we've definitely done a few shows together. A decent amount.
When was your like first like show experience that just like gave you that like adrenaline rush? Like, cause like I remember like even since when I was like there's a certain adrenaline feeling like when you make like when you do a really good performance live. Like I'm gonna speak on my first like real quick is doing a play in the 5th grade. There's just like this rush that you just feel like after that shit. Like it's just like, oh my god, it just
for sure.
When was that for you? When you just like got that rush? Like, oh.
I feel like I mean, most times I've done a show, but like, so like, I would do fucking like singing competitions and shit. Like when I was like young, like 8, I probably started doing dumb shit like that. Like, just like, you know, not like all the time. It wasn't like a thing I was always doing, but like every once in a while, like there was like a, what did you call it? Like the fair would like be in like my town or whatever. And they'd have like a fucking little singing contest. So I'd do shit like that. And I like won first place when I was like 10 or something like that. And, you know, that was crazy. I have like this video where like they say, "in first place," and say my name. And I like jump. Like, you could just tell I'm excited as fuck. So like probably just like little random shit like that came up to the point where like, okay, I'm going to start doing the band thing. And then I'm doing shows with bands where like, okay, I'm seeing people fucking like move around and like this type of shit. So honestly, I feel like it's always been like a thing where like every show I do is like almost that feeling. And the next show is trying to just like build upon that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like chasing the high or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's almost like when you have like sex with somebody, you're almost like one person.
For sure.
It's the funny Paul Rudd thing from 40-Year-Old Virgin where he's like, when me and Mandy fucked, it's like we were one being. But that's how it is when you make music or watch music. It's like you're one with the person or the people that you're watching. It's just this. It's like it unites you.
It for sure.
It what?
It's transcendent. Like it really fucking like goes above like just like normal human interaction. It's some different shit. You know what I mean? Like
it's a whole different wavelength, yo.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's why I fucking do that shit. I think that we were one here on this episode. Thank you for fucking joining, bro. Like this shit was awesome. What's next for you music wise? I know you have that from Dead Man Walking. What can we expect from that album? And yeah, what's going on?
Dead Man Walking, that comes out this Friday. I don't know. Is this gonna be out then? When's this coming out? This podcast?
It's gonna be coming out like weeks from now.
Okay, so by the time this is out, y'all are gonna be listening to Dead Man Walking, and that's some fucking real underground fucking like raw, dark, chopped up shit. Like it's like my last two, but it's different Like, you could listen to the last two, but this is fucking like a level up from that. And it sounds different. It's like the production's different. It's definitely a new thing for Death Plus that like a new sound that I haven't really explored yet.
Death Plus has entered a new stage for his career. And that released on in the future. We're talking to you guys in the future, 26th of April.
Yeah.
2024. Thank you. Links in the description to your social media, dude. And thanks for coming on the show.
Hell yeah, appreciate it, bro.
Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, audience. Peace the fuck out.